So, good afternoon, all of you. Welcome today once again on this next episode of Bazaar Pe Charcha. This is the first Bazaar Pe Charcha of this calendar year 2023, and today is 12th January 2023. So, before going any further discussion, most important thing is disclaimer from our side. That is, whatever we are going to discuss in this webinar, please do not consider as a buy or sell recommendation of any particular stock, security, index, and all information is considered. Please consider all information as for information purpose only. Okay, and we are not having any exposure in any particular stock, whatever we are going to discuss. So, this is a current market scenario as per O'Neill methodology of market direction. As you know, market is in bad shape from last few days, or maybe almost 2-3 weeks. So as per O'Neill methodology, major benchmark index, that is Nifty 50 and Sensex, both are in correction mode. And earlier it was in rally attempt, but now today it has breached earlier low, so it has moved into correction. And apart from that, if I talk about other sectors, so sectors like IT, energy, metal, and auto is in rally, confirmed uptrend as per O'Neill methodology. And apart from that, another major index, that is Bank Nifty, it is in under pressure. Pharma is in under pressure. FMCG is in under pressure. So I can say overall market structure is not in that much good shape. If I talk about major sector, banking, which has almost 37-38% weightage in Nifty 50, so it is in itself in under pressure. Another IT, another major index, so it is in rally. But yes, auto, that is also in uptrend as per O'Neill methodology, and energy is in uptrend as per O'Neill methodology. Okay, but if you see return from the last 1 week and 1 month, so majorly all sectoral indices has given negative return, except metal only. Metal has only given flat to positive return around 1%, like that. Otherwise, it is all major sectoral indices has given negative return. Even if I talk about financial services, so comparatively it has underperformed. Realty has underperformed. Okay, so let's move on chart to discuss further discuss technically. So this is the Nifty chart actually. 1 minute. This is the Nifty chart, and if you see this particular trend line that is drawn here, this particular red color trend line connecting from the low of June 2022 and this. So this particular Nifty 50 has already breached this trend line, and that we have already mentioned in report also, that we have published, I think 31st December or 30th December. Okay, so we have already mentioned this. Today, once again, Nifty has managed to closed below 100 DMA, or I can say that in another way, it has on closing basis, it has breached now 100 DMA. Even today in intraday, it has given fresh low. It has breached this earlier low of 17,000, I think 780 kind of level, and recorded fresh low. So what next from here? So see, momentum is not that much great. Momentum is deteriorating on weekly chart as well as on monthly chart. MACD on weekly chart is already trending in downward trend along with negative crossover. Daily MACD is also trending below central line or zero line, that also indicates negativity. It has already breached trend line. Today it has closed below 100 DMA. So maybe from here I can say, or I can conclude that suppose it will remain traded below the 17,800 kind of level, or 17,750, 850 level, then I can say the door is open toward 17,300 or 17,200 kind of levels in next couple of weeks actually. So what I'm trying to say that suppose this fall will continue in coming days, then one can expect at least another 500-600 points fall from here in coming couple of weeks or coming 1 or 2 weeks. But suppose it will take support here around 100 DMA, though it has breached 100 DMA in today's intraday trading session and closed below it. But suppose somehow it will manage to cross tomorrow, once again it will retake and start trending above that, then I can say that next target would be there are a lot of multiple resistance in upside. So 18,000 is itself is a psychological resistance, then 18,100, 18,200, but major resistance is placed around 18,200, in between 18,250 to 18,300 kind of level. So I can say that suppose it will manage to cross and hold above this, so I can say that it will remain still traded. It will still remain traded in sideways with negative bias in the range of 18,300 in upside and 17,800 in downside. But suppose somehow it will not cross 100 DMA or 17,800 level, 900 level, then maybe fresh fall will start in Nifty. And maybe in such case, one can expect 500 to 600 points of fall in coming few days or coming week or coming next 2 weeks. And in such case, Nifty may move towards 17,200 kind of level. Okay, so this is my conclusion about Nifty technically. Next, if I talk about Bank Nifty, so same situation arised in Bank Nifty also. So if I, 1 minute, yes, so this is the daily chart of Bank Nifty. Once again, if I draw the trend line here in front of you, so it has already breached this trend line, this particular trend line that I have drawn. So first, it has breached this trend line. Another thing is that it has already breached 50 DMA, breached this trend line. Momentum is deteriorating now on a daily and weekly chart. And now after almost 6 months of uptrend, now this particular sector is showing some kind of some sort of underperformance, or I can say some sort of correction. So maybe this correction will also extend in downside, but for that there is a support, immediate support. Even today also there was a support in intraday, and that support range is 41,600 to 41,700 kind of range. Today also it has taken support around that level and bounced back from that level. But suppose it will breach that level and start trending below that, then one can expect at least 41,000 kind of levels in coming days, that is 100 DMA, and further falling below 41,000 level, I can expect 39,000 kind of level of fall in coming weeks actually. So what I'm trying to say that it has already breached trend line, sentiment is now negating, momentum indicators, RSI, MACD, ADX, and other indicators, moving average are showing some negativity, even though shape of these moving averages are still positive or upward sloping, but that's okay. So leading indicators are showing some negativity or some sort of weakness in Bank Nifty. But then suppose it will breach, in such case, suppose it will breach this 41,600, 700, then one can expect at least 500-600 fall very sharp manner up to this 100 DMA, which is placed around 41,000. And maybe below it will extend that fall beyond 41,000 also. And in such case, below 41,000, it may move toward at least 39,000 or 39,500 kind of levels in downside. So correction may extend in this also. Let's see how it is going to penetrate, how market is going to penetrate all this chart structure in coming days. But a sentiment is now turned negative in Bank Nifty also. But if I talk about comparative analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty chart is still looking comparatively strong compared to Nifty 50. Okay, but it does not mean that it may not correct. It may, if sentiment will worsen from here, so it may correct from here. Okay, now next this sector, IT. So if you remember or if you recall our last Bazaar pe Charcha, so I have mentioned one level that 29,000. Suppose it will cross 29,000 kind of level and start holding above that 29,000, then maybe it would be ready to move toward 31,000 kind of level once again. But unfortunately, it failed to. It has crossed actually. It tried to cross 29,000, but failed to hold 29,000 kind of level, and once again enter into that sideways zone with negative bias. Now today, only few minutes back only, 2 days back, there was a couple of days back, there was a earning from this TCS, which failed to attract a buying interest in this particular space. But today, Infosys number is suggesting some positivity that revenue is good. Even guidance they have given, they have advanced their guidance as well. Only there is some problem, not problem actually, margin is also in line with expectation. Otherwise, revenue, profitability, everything is good, I can say, or as per market expectation. So maybe let's see how Infosys is going to react in tomorrow market session. And then one more earning today is due, that is this HCL Tech. So that is also going to impact the market. But I have not checked that HCL earning till now, so I can't comment. But yes, Infosys numbers are comparatively looking good. So let's see how it is going to react. So once again, I'm still intact with my earlier range, that is 29,000. Suppose it will manage to cross and hold about 29,000, then maybe next target would be 30,500 to 31,000 kind of level. Otherwise, suppose it will not cross and hold, then once again it will remain traded in sideways only. And from the last 6 months, if you see here, all this range area from the last 6 months, it is trending in that range only, sideways range only, and broad range is 30,000, 30,500 kind of levels in upside and 26,000 kind of levels in downside. So overall structure is still sideways, but yes, there are now a lot of talk happening that now it is a good time to buy or track positions in IT space from long-term perspective, from mid perspective. I don't know who is right and who is wrong. Even I am also right or wrong. But yes, technically, whatever I am feeling, I am telling to you or I am discussing with you that it is still an uptrend. But about 29,000, I can say some positivity would be there. And from long-term or mid to long-term perspective, I will take a call only about sustainable trading about 31,000 kind of range. But I'm not going to comment anything from mid to long-term perspective. But yes, short-term, about 29,000, it may move toward 30,500 to 31,000 in couple of weeks. Okay. Now next, apart from this Nifty Auto, so Nifty Auto, if I talk, so even though it is as per O'Neill methodology, it is in uptrend, but if you see the chart structure, so chart structure is showing sideways kind of move. Okay, and chart structure itself shows sideways kind of move. And if you see here from September onward, it did nothing actually. It is facing resistance in upward trajectory around 13,500, 30,700 kind of range, and it is failing. And from the last 2 months, if you see, or last almost 2.5 months, it is forming lower top, lower bottom formation also on daily chart. But fortunately, it took support around this red color trend line, that we have drawn. So maybe this particular range, which is 12,000 kind of range or 12,200 kind of range, is a critical level in sideways. Meanwhile, it is placed around 12,700, 800. So that is a major support area. And if I talk about this to turn bullish in this particular space, then maybe at least it must cross and hold about 13,300, 400 kind of level. Then only we can expect some positive actions in this particular space. Otherwise, it will remain traded in sideways only. If I talk of further in detail of this major component of this particular space, like my Maruti, Mahindra and Mahindra, or Tata Motor, or TVS, so all even Eicher Motor, so all these stocks are also showing some mixed kind of picture, and that is the impact is clearly visible in index also. So that is why I'm expecting sideways kind of move may remain continue for at least another 1 or 2 couple of weeks, or suppose and suppose it will cross and hold 13,300, 400 levels in coming few days, then maybe sentiment will turn positive, and strong support is in downside. Strong support is placed around this 12,200 to 12,000 kind of. Okay, so I have discussed Nifty, Bank Nifty, IT, and Auto. Now I'm handing over this to Yatisha. He will discuss few sectors.
Thank you, Pawan. So let me share my screen. Okay, so hope everyone can see my screen and my voice is audible.
Yes.
So, and let's discuss Nifty Energy. So if you this is a monthly chart of Nifty energy. So if you see here, this is where my mouse is standing, right, is now like last year January data. So it is almost coming near to that level, which is last year January levels. Also this year January is coming. So if you come and see, look into that picture from the last 1 year, it is not. It has generated somewhere around 3 to 4% return in the last 1 year. So from last 1 year, it's trading in the sideways range. So trend has been it's squeezing around. So there is a lower top, lower bottom price formation is happening. And what we'll see is over here is these levels. So on the downside, it is likely to consolidate in this range, that is somewhere around 25,000, and on the upside, this trend line that will come towards 27,300, 400. You can say roughly 27,500 level. So only after breaking about this level, 27,500 level, we might see some bullishness in this Nifty energy chart. Until then, our bias is negative sideways trend. If you see all the moving averages, it has been trading in the sideways. The slope of the moving average has become a sideways. Also, if you observe, there is a it's going to be a 50 DMA and 100 DMA. It's going in line. So this is a very sideways and very volatile market. We can expect volatile market what we've seen in the last 6 months especially. So on the downside 25,000, and on the upside 27,500 is a critical level for Nifty energy. And the next
Yatisa, I would like to add one sentence about this.
okay.
It has already breached, I think, 200 DMA or 200 EMA, 100 EMA. And Reliance has also breached that level today in today's trading session and closed below it. So Reliance is a major component of this particular space. So let's see how trend will emerge in coming days. Otherwise, currently it is looking negative only.
So that is about Nifty energy. And next one is Nifty FMCG. If you see the Nifty FMCG from last year, especially, it has, out of all the sectors, it has given a very good return. It has, I guess, it has generated somewhere around 20% odd return in the last 1 year. And from last 6 months, it has been trading in the sideways range. But this move, especially in the month of July, July and September, it has given a very good return over here in this month. So right now it has been consolidating after touching all-time high around 46,100 level. So also it has, if you see the price action from this level, it is making a lower high price formation, and also it's breached its 100 DMA. And it's facing a strong resistance over in this gap down zone. So what we can expect is this is a crucial level where first line of support over here in this price range, that is around 43,700. So falling below this level, it might head towards again this 42,000, which is a prior breakout zone, prior support level, where a couple of support has been placed over here. So 42,200 is a kind of support for Nifty FMCG. On the upside, it has to cross this first level of resistance, that is around 45,000. So only after 45,000 we might see a fresh upside in the Nifty FMCG. So if you consider the inflation part and the upcoming budget part, so this is a sector it might focus in the next couple of weeks. So whatever the tax benefit which we give onto the from government to the people, so we might see in the next move in the Nifty, in the space of Nifty FMCG. And next one is
one thing, Yatisa, this budget, if I talk about FMCG, so budget perspective, if I talk about, there are two perspectives, as Yatisa has discussed, this tax cut, and government will allow to have more money in the hand of taxpayers. So one factor. Another factor is how government is going to push rural economy. And especially this is the last budget of current sitting government, full-fledged last budget full-fledged budget of the current sitting government. So maybe they will try to attract people, and now government will go into full-fledged election mode. So especially I am expecting that some sort of good benefits to public, and maybe that may boost sentiment of this FMCG space. But let's see how it is going to react, and that result will be there in coming couple of weeks in front of us actually.
Okay, the next one is the Nifty Realty. So Nifty Realty also it has been trading in the sideways range. After the down, it's making a low price formation, and after that a small bounce back, and once again it is moved towards this low price formation. So on the downside, if you see 400, 405, 400, 410 is kind of support over here, but on the upside there is a strong resistance around first level of resistance around 450 kind of level. So overall trend is sideways with negative bias in the Nifty Realty space. So either breakout on the either side will trigger the next upside in the Nifty Realty space. So it's been trading sideways, and there is no any cues from the government as well as from the realty sector. So no positive news also coming from the realty spaces. So this is a sector where it might continue to trade sideways until this month. So this is regarding Nifty Realty. And the next one is Nifty Pharma. So Nifty Pharma, if you see the weekly chart, so after the downward sloping parallel channel, it has given a very good breakout, but after that it moved to the sideways, and it has broke below its prior breakout level also. But if you see, observe the price chart or price pattern over here. So there is a February low as well as this low September, and there is a continuously it is making low over near that 12,500 to 12,000 levels. So this is a where crucial support we might see in the Nifty Pharma space. If you see in the chart of all the pharma sector stock, also it is near to the bottom, and making a kind of a reversal kind of pattern we can see in the pharma space. But the overall it need a trigger from somewhere. So positive trigger is required for Nifty Pharma. So unless until it's trading above this level, we might see sideways trend in the Nifty Pharma space. We might see if there is a clear-cut breakout from this price downward sloping trend line, that will come around 12,800, 13,000 kind of level. So only after we can see a fresh breakout in the Nifty Pharma space. So on the downside, there is a huge support zone, that is 12,500 to 12,000 kind of level. Until then, it will trade in this kind of sideways range. Also, if you see the momentum, it has been moved to the sideways. That is also giving a trigger over here for Nifty Pharma. And the final, I think we have missed Nifty Metal, I guess.
Okay, I will take it.
Okay.
So Nifty Metal is already trending in uncharted trajectory on weekly and monthly chart. So sentiment is bullish in Nifty Metal. First thing. Another thing is that now China is about to open. So let's see how this metal index will behave. But meanwhile, technically, if I talk about, so it is trending in uncharted trajectory on weekly and monthly chart. But yes, if I talk about momentum side, so in last 2-3 months, even though this index has reached that new zone, uncharted trajectory, but momentum has little bit deteriorated. Or even on daily chart also, short-term point of view, if I talk about, so momentum is in sideways only. If I talk about weekly point of view, momentum has deteriorated little bit. So let's see how trend will emerge. Meanwhile, it seems that sideways only, but overall sentiment is bullish, no doubt at all. So sentiment is bullish, but yes, as such, there is no such fresh bullish trend. I'm not expecting any further bullish trend. Maybe capped bullish trend, I can say. Proper word is it. I'm not expecting that much upside from here, at least in next couple of weeks. So maybe it will remain traded in sideways, or still it is trading in sideways from the last last few weeks actually. But overall sentiment is bullish, no doubt at all. Sentiment is not negative in this particular stock space actually. Okay, in this Nifty metal. So let's see how this trend will emerge in coming coming weeks. But I would like to share a level in upside. That level is 6,800. I think in last webinar also, if I'm not wrong, I have suggested that level 67, 6,800. Now 6,800 is a level. Suppose it will cross and hold 6,800. Then maybe I can say that it will move further toward. Otherwise, from mid to long term perspective, my target 1.5 year back, if I'm not wrong, I have given a target of 7,500 kind of levels in this Nifty Metal Index. I'm still intact for this for that earlier 1 year back given statement, that is 7,500 kind of level. But of course, from not in 1 or 2 weeks, it may take time. It may take few months or few quarters. So overall sentiment is bullish, but yes, from short term, maybe it will remain traded in sideways. Okay, so I think we have discussed all major sector. Only one major sector is Nifty, not major, but minor sector, especially Nifty Media. Nifty Media is trending in sideways only. There is, or I can say not sideways, even I can say trendless trading is happening in media space, especially Nifty Media Index. And 1900 is a key level to watch in downside, and up 2100, 2150 is a key level to watch in upside. And I'm not expecting it will go anywhere from here, or maybe it may, even though if I do further little bit detailed analysis of some Nifty Media, so maybe if it will breach 1900, then most downside acceleration would be there on chart. But meanwhile, as there is no sign that it will breach 1900. So maybe if this current ongoing trendless trading session or trending days and weeks will be there on chart in coming days and weeks also. So as such, it does not have that much content weightage in overall market space. So that is why we generally do not give more weightage to this media, discussing this media index. But yeah, overall sentiment is not that much good. So now let's move toward, we have discussed almost all major sector. So let's move toward query section.
I think Axis Bank, GM.
Okay, let's start with Axis Bank only. So if I talk about banking space, so in banking space, stocks like ICICI Bank, even though from the last few weeks and months, ICICI Bank is not doing that much good actually. But yes, if you see the overall trend in last 1.5 years, so ICICI Bank and Axis Bank was in leading position. And from the last few months, 4, 5 months or 6 months, I can say these PSU banks are also in leading position. But this Axis Bank is still in leading position, I can say. Only concern is about fall of the structure built up in this Nifty Bank Nifty index. Otherwise, this as far as this particular stock point of view, overall trend is positive. But today, in the last 2-3 trading session, there was some correction happened, and now momentum is deteriorating. So I'm not expecting that much fall. Maybe it may correct up to 50 DMA, which is around plus around 900. Up to unless and until it is holding 900 assets, there is no problem. But if suppose it will breach 900, then problem will start. So I would not suggest to buy this particular stock at this current juncture. But yes, it may correct little bit up to 900. Below 900, correction may extend. But from mid to long term perspective, overall sentiment is quite bullish. Even if I talk about on weekly and monthly chart, this particular stock is still trending in uncharted trajectory. So sentiment is bullish, but yes, so from short-term point of view, it may show some lackluster trading days in coming days.
Okay, so let us take major stocks first, and then we'll take the small.
Yes, I'm taking HDFC Bank and HDFC Life.
Okay.
HDFC Bank first. So HDFC Bank once again, trending near to its almost all-time high level. But from the last month onward, December was remained traded in sideways, and this month till now also is trending in sideways only. But overall sentiment is positive in this particular stock also. And 1600 is a critical level to watch, 1580 to 1600. Now today it has closed around 1600 level. So suppose it will remain traded below 1600 level, then there would be some pressure. Otherwise, SS there is no problem from mid to long term perspective. Technically, it has breached 50 DMA and trending below 50 DMA, no doubt, and trending in between 50 to 100 DMA. Sentiment as such, if I talk about momentum and everything, is not looking that much strong, but yes, not looking weak also, that much weak. So maybe sideways may continue, but suppose it will manage to cross and manage to hold above 1600, so there would be no problem, and maybe positivity will remain continue in coming days also. But suppose it will remain traded below 1600, then maybe there would be some lackluster trading days in coming.
Okay. Next one is HDFC Life, right?
HDFC Life. So HDFC Life, if you see, there was some positivity in overall insurance space in last couple of or last 3-4 weeks, and stocks like this HDFC Life, then
GICRE.
GICRE, then NIACL, then this SBI Life is really doing good. So this stock has also given breakout about 200 DMA, then reclaimed that 200 DMA, retested 200 DMA, and afterward there was some very good bounce back happened in last couple of, but from the last 2-3 trading sessions, there is some correction. So as such, if I talk about structure wise, as such, there is no problem at all. But from here to turn more bullish or turn further bullish from here, it must cross and hold 610 and hold above that level. Then only I would expect it would be ready to move toward further towards 640, 650 kind of level. Otherwise, it will once again enter into sideways. So 610 is currently a critical level to watch. Suppose it will cross or it will remain, even it tried to cross, but it is not holding above that. So suppose it will cross and hold above 610, then maybe next target would be 640 to 650. Otherwise, it will once again remain into sideways.
So can I take a few queries?
Yes, please.
TCS. If you seen IT after the first earnings from the IT TCS, after the before earnings and after earnings, if you see the last 3 days over here, it has been a very huge volatile session for TCS. So it has been trading on the technical front. This 200 DMA, all the moving averages were placed over here. But from last 2 days, it's been positive. It is very good. It has taken out that 200 DMA comfortably. So right now, what we can see is it has to hold this price action, whatever the sideways kind of box pattern over here. So this is that is around 3200, 31, 200, 3150 kind of level. So it has to hold that level, and we might see some more upside in the TCS if there is an earnings positive from HCL Tech and furthermore mid cap ITs. So it will boost this earnings from the TCS also. So we might see somewhere around this 34 or 3500 kind of level in the next in the coming days in the TCS. Next one is Reliance. So if you see Reliance, after this is a sideways range, and today, especially today, it has given a breakdown from this price momentum, so price action. Also, volume has been very higher on the downside. So what we can see is if it doesn't hold this the next prior low, that is around 2425. So we might see back to this base, that is around 2300, 2350 kind of level in Nifty in the Reliance. So better to be cautious on Reliance right now. So only after closing above this 50 DMA only we can see bullish. It can turn bullish. So until then, it has been negative. Negative bias will be on the Reliance. Next one is Tata Chemical. So Tata Chemical, it's trading below all its key moving averages. Right now, it is making a small pullback rally kind of stuff. So what we can expect, it might touch its this 200 DMA as well as prior swing low, this gap down area and gap up area. So it might touch this 200 DMA as well as gap down area, that is around 1,000 rupees. So it might touch that level, and we'll see after that how it will react. So until then, it's better not to enter right now. Better to avoid this kind of all the stocks which are trading below its all key moving averages. Also, if you this on the upside, the volume has been buy volume has been very few. So better to avoid this kind of stocks right now. So this is regarding Tata Chemical. Next one is
Next one I am taking at this Lupin.
okay.
Lupin.
Lupin. Okay.
So Lupin, if I talk about technically, so trend is not that much attractive at current juncture. If I talk about this stock, so it was the darling stock of Mr. Jhunjhunwala up to 2015, 2016. Afterward, he started offloading and resulted in front of you. Once upon a time, it was all-time high was it has touched around 2100, 2200, and now it is trending around 700 kind of level. So trend structure from in last, whatever trend emerged in last few years actually is not that much attractive. Technically now it is not that much good. Yes, but short to mid-term perspective, now it has crossed this 200 DMA and trending above that. So maybe if pharma as a sector or pharma as a stocks will emerge in market, then this may move. Otherwise, as such, there is no that much attractive trend in this particular stock. But short to mid-term point of view, there is a range. That range is 775. Currently, it is trending around 755, 56. 775 is a key level to watch. Suppose somehow it will cross 775 and remain started trending about that range. So maybe fresh or I can say another leg of bull trend will start. So short to mid-term perspective, and in such particular case, it may be ready to move toward 850, 870 kind of levels. Otherwise, it will remain traded in sideways only. So 775 is a level to watch. In upside, suppose it will breach and cross and hold above that. So maybe 10% kind of move may happen. And in such particular case, 850 to 870 kind of levels may be achievable. Otherwise, meanwhile, it is trending in sideways only. Even the momentum is not that much strong in this particular stock. Now, Zydus Life. So Zydus Life is also, it has hit all-time high in May, June 2021, around 660, 670. And afterward, there was a heavy correction happened up to almost 300 kind of level or 325 kind of levels. And now from that, it has bounced almost 25%, 30%. And currently trending around 450 kind of levels. Okay. So same structure is in this particular stock also, but little good comparatively good in compared to Lupin. So from here, there is a range. Actually, there is a critical. If you see a few months back in the month of November, actually first week of November, it has reclaimed a level of 450, 460 level. And that is a huge supply area zone. So there is a huge supply area zone in the range of 450 to 400, almost 70, 80. To 20 rupees range is a very critical range to in this particular stock. And once again, it is trending around 450 range also. So that is why I am saying this 450 to 470 or 480 kind of zone is a very critical level. Maybe it will remain traded around that few more weeks. So sideways would be there in this particular stock. But suppose it will cross that particular range decisively, then maybe fresh bull trend will start in such particular case. Next target would be around 550 kind of level. But I am not expecting it will cross that range of 450 or 470 kind of range that much easily actually. It will take some time actually in this particular stock. Now there is a question related to three bank actually. Someone has asked about Federal Bank, IDFC Bank and Karnataka Bank. So let's take one by one. Federal Bank. Federal Bank overall trend is positive from the last 6-7 weeks it is trending in sideways only. Otherwise, trend is positive. If someone is interested to take fresh entry in this particular stock, so it is if market will remain good shape, so maybe it will give fresh entry also once again around 100 this current level only. But suppose some market will enter into sideways or some negative zone, then this particular stock will also enter into sideways or some correction mode. But overall structure is bullish from mid to long term perspective. Trend is positive. This particular stock is still trending in uptrend only with positive bias. But now it is a matter of market. If market will react negatively, then maybe correction may extend up to at least 50 DMA, which is currently placed around 125 kind of level. Otherwise, as such, trend is positive in Federal Bank. Next is IDFC First Bank. Same almost structure in this also. This particular stock, IDFC First Bank, really did well in last 6 months from the 30 level to almost 60 level, 60, 62 level. And currently it is also trending above around the 60 level only. So in this particular stock, if I talk about, there is a strong resistance in the range of 64, 65. Unless and until it will not cross that 64, 65 range, it will not enter into fresh bullish trend. And what I am expecting at current juncture, it is not going to cross that 60, 64 range or 64, 65 range so much easily at current juncture. So maybe it will take some time and remain in consolidation zone, this IDFC First Bank. Otherwise, sentiment is positive in this stock. Okay, so 65 is a critical level to watch, but it will remain traded in sideways in next few weeks actually because of that critical zone. Now, next, Karnataka Bank, KTK Bank. KTK Bank trend is positive once again, but there is a strong supply area zone in the range of 165 to 170. And if you say in the last month, stock has reached that 165, 170 zone. And once again, it's started correcting and some profit booking was happened, especially in this particular stock. And now it is just trending around 50 DMA and slope of DMA, all DMA, 50 DMA, 100 DMA or 200 DMA is very, very positive. But yes, after considering this supply zone or critical zone on long-term chart, I can say it will remain traded in sideways only in next few weeks actually. Otherwise, sentiment is positive in this stock.
Next one is Tata Steel.
Okay, Tata Steel. So when I was discussing metal index is already trending in uncharted trajectory near all-time high level. So if you see this chart, especially weekly and monthly chart, the structure is quite bullish, I am not denying. But yes, there is a downward sloping trend line placed on weekly chart actually, connecting high of closing high of this August 2021 to April 2022. If you draw a trend line on weekly chart, so it is still to give back out about that. Suppose it will give back out about this the downward sloping trend line drawn in black color on weekly chart, then I can say that fresh bullish sentiment is returning in this particular stock. Otherwise, it will remain traded in sideways. Okay, this particular stock in Tata Steel. Sentiment is positive, no doubt, but yes, to take fresh entry in this particular stock, it needs to cross this downward sloping trend line and holding it will remain holding above that this downward sloping trend line. Then only I can say that there is a fresh trend emerging in this particular stock. Otherwise, it will remain traded in sideways.
Next one is Bajaj Finance.
Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance, I am expecting very bold call on this. I am expecting 5,200 to 5,000 kind of levels in this particular stock in coming few months actually. So not looking attractive at all to me. Maybe I would be wrong, but meanwhile, whatever data is available in front of me or whatever chart structure is available in front of me, I am able to comment that 5,200 to 5,000 kind of levels may be achievable in coming few weeks and months in this particular stock, Bajaj Finance. And anyway, if I talk about fundamentally also, generally this is a NBFC. So generally interest rate rising scenario is not good for this such type of companies like NBFC and all. So that the scenario is fundamental scenario is also not supporting this particular stock. But let's see how development will happen. But technically, I am expecting such levels. in this particular stock.
So shall I take a few queries? Voltas.
Please.
So Voltas, if you see the daily chart, this is a sorry weekly chart. It's been trending in the negative. So it's trading in low price formation after it's almost it is trading near 800. So better to avoid these kind of stocks as of now. And if you see observe there is a clear cut resistance at its 50 DMA. So so once it only once it closes sustainably closes above that level, and there is another higher low price formation, then only better to take look into that this particular stock. So until then, please avoid these kind of stocks in this correction phase. So so overall trend is negative in this Voltas. Next one is in the copper. So in copper, it has been a very good given a breakout from double bottom base. But from the lower level, from 100 level, it has been a one-sided rally till from it has just 120, so 20% move, very quickly moved, and it has given a very good breakout here. And also there is a trend line breakout also visible in the Hindustan copper. So we might see 100 and 140, 150 kind of level in the next few days, in next coming days. So until it's trading above that breakout level. So those who are bought much earlier, then they can raise the stop loss towards 100 and 110, 111 kind of level on the raise the stop loss over here, and continue this trend towards 140, 150 levels.
Yati sir.
Yeah.
Before taking any further query, can you show that PPT that we have selected few stocks?
Yeah. Okay. So
quite attractive.
So we have selected a few stocks on the for the next 15 days, 1 month. So this is the stocks where we have selected on the we
have selected this particular stock on the basis of current ongoing technical trend, and we are expecting these particular stocks may do well in coming days and weeks actually, and that is why we are showing here. There are, I think it is around 10 stocks. There are so many other stocks also, but we have selected this one for this Bazaar Pe Charcha session. So one can take screenshot or photo of this particular stock. Maybe you can keep tracking and get benefit out of it. But of course, once again, I would like to give my disclaimer that this is not a buy or sell recommendation from our side. This is just stocks to watch, which is quite looking attractive at current juncture technically.
Yeah. So
yes, please.
okay. So this is regarding stocks to watch, and next one is in copper. We have covered it. Jindal saw. So one more metal. So this is also it has been very good. Even all the metal stocks have been picking up from the lower level. So also if you observe the volume over here, it has been picking up. So what we can see is on the there is a bottom rounded bottom is taking place. So whatever the Fibonacci level, 1 second. So what we can expect, it is, I think it's almost retraced 50% of this level of the entire fall. So it has been crossed also. So what next level will be? It will be 120 kind of level on the upside, 118 kind of level on the upside. So until then, once it crosses above that level, it might touch 140. 135 kind of level in the next coming few sessions. So overall trend is bullish. On those who bought much earlier, then can keep a stop loss somewhere around 105, 104 kind of level. and ride this rally towards 100 and 100 and 135 kind of level. Next one is
Let's take L&T.
L&T. Okay, so before taking this, we have added this L&T in our TraderSmith portfolio. So please, this is a disclaimer. So
overall trend is positive in this particular stock, of course. And today we have added this particular stock in TraderSmith from trading perspective. Maybe there are some lot of infrastructure pushes happening. It has already given breakout of the downward sloping trend line on daily chart. So maybe structure is positive. Let's see how it is going to react in coming days. And structure is positive and trend is positive. That is why only we have added. So it is looking attractive to us, no doubt. But let's see how it is going to react in coming days. Titan, Yatisha. So if I talk about Titan, so trend is sideways only as such. Meanwhile, at current juncture, today it has fall was arrested around 200 DMA after almost 1 week of fall. So I can say one thing: 200 DMA, which is currently placed around 2400 kind of level, 2430 kind of level, is a critical level to watch. And one more observation is that this shape of this flat 200 DMA is flat, flat 200 DMA is there. So suppose it will breach this 200 flat 200 DMA, then maybe more correction would be there on chart. So maybe this 1430 is a critical level to watch from here in this particular stock. So I would not suggest currently to buy this particular stock unless and until there is some positive trend arise in this particular stock. Maybe, but one more thing I would like to share with you that gold prices is especially gold prices in India is standing at almost all-time high level, around 56,000. So maybe that is a benefiting point. But let's see how trend will emerge. Meanwhile, technically, stock of this particular stock is not looking that much lucrative. Maybe it will bounce back from here. I don't know. But meanwhile, I would suggest to wait and watch for at least couple of trading days, then only, or maybe next few trading days, then only I can say trend will emerge. To turn bullish from here, 2600, 2030 is a critical level to watch in upside, which is almost 6-7% away from here. So overall, if it will not breach 200 DMA, so it will remain traded in sideways, and range is 2400 to 2600, 2620. But suppose it will breach 2400 kind of level, so maybe more it will attract more downside in it will attract more downside. But meanwhile, let's see how trend will emerge in this particular stock. So I would advise to avoid time being or wait and watch. I will wait and watch in this particular stock. SRF. Have you taken SRF?
We have not taken.
Okay. So another chemical stock, SRF, trending below all key moving averages, trending below 200 DMA. And this 200 DMA is also a critical level to watch. That range is around 2400 to 2450 kind of level. So meanwhile, as such, there is no such positivity or negativity sideways. Yes, it has a support around, it is taking support around 2200 kind of level. So maybe from here, it may give some bounce back only. So as such, there is no that much positivity. So I would suggest to avoid this particular stock also at current juncture.
Okay, so next one is M&M Vedanta.
VEDL. VEDL trending above all key moving averages. Disclaimer, I think we have added this particular stock on TraderSmith portfolio. We are expecting some positivity, but after addition, it has once again entered into sideways only. Maybe next breakout area is around 320, 322. Maybe about 322, it will refresh and will emerge this particular stock. So we are waiting to this particular trend, fresh trend will start this particular stock. Looking attractive meanwhile, but one can follow our stop loss and a revised stop loss criteria in TraderSmith. So let's see how trend will emerge or how this stock is going to react in coming days. 320, 22 is a critical level to watch. If it will cross and hold above that, then maybe fresh trend will start in this particular stock. Which one? Another one you said?
M&M.
M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra. So let's take both. Actually, there is a both query. First Mahindra and Mahindra, then M&M Finance both. So Mahindra and Mahindra, it is a outperforming stock in auto space. But from the last month, there is some correction, or I can say profit booking at higher level. And from the last 2-3 months, almost 2 months, it is 3 months, it is trending in sideways only. Overall sentiment is positive, but yes, after considering last few weeks trading session, it will remain traded in sideways. Downside strong support is placed around 1200, which is almost 8-9% away from here. So maybe overall trend is sideways only, and sentiment is positive for long term. One more thing that I would like to comment here, that whatever fall happened in between 2018 from the high of 1002, low of 2020 up to 250. So this particular stock has already retraced 138.2% retracement level, which is one of golden, not golden retracement, but one of the key retracement level, and placed around this current level, that is 1300. And maybe because of that, even though it has crossed that level, retracement level, but it is somehow it is hovering around that. So let's see how the stock is going to react in this coming weeks and months. Otherwise, overall structure is positive in this particular stock.
Next one.
M&M Financial only also I am taking, then you take another.
Okay. M&M Financial, right?
I am taking. So M&M Financial trend is positive overall, but yes, this particular stock has stock resistance around 240, 250 zone. And if you see in last few days, stock tried to test or cross, but it failed after touching almost 250 kind, 247 kind of level. So that's strong sub resistance is intact around 240, 250 level. So maybe after this rally in last 3-4 months, the stock will enter into sideways because it is facing some resistance in upside around 240, 250.
Okay, so I'll take JK Paper. So JK Paper, it is overall trend has been positive, but from last August, it has been trading in this consolidation range, and also it has been a sideways kind of range over here. So until it's breakout above this, close above 440 kind of level. So until then, it will trade sideways. So only fresh entry can be taken after 440, 450 kind of level. So we on the upside. On the downside of 200 DMA, if you see the chart, 200 DMA is a critical support for the JK Paper. So until then, it will continue to trade sideways. Right now, there is no fresh entry at current juncture. Better to wait for 450, 450, 440, 450 kind of level. Next one is
let's take IRB Infra.
IRB Infra. Okay. If you see, infrastructure stocks have been quite attractive in the last this month, December and January. So there has been a very good breakout level which has happened around 270 kind of level. After that, it's been trading in this upside range. So also volume is also picking up on the weekly chart. So right now it is not a fresh entry. Better to wait for 50 DMA. Once there is a bounce back from 50 DMA, then continue this trend on the upside. So also there has been a support that is around 295, 300 kind of support for IRB Infra. So ideally it should not break this level. So if you see the break, once it breaks this level, you can see the how volatile it is stock. So right now, better to wait till once it comes back towards 50 DMA. Then once it's given a very good bullish candle, one can enter that in the particular stock.
Lisa, I would like to add one point regarding this.
Yeah.
If you see, if you do some little bit longer analysis of this technical analysis of this particular stock, So its previous all-time high was made in 2010. And after 2010, I can say almost after 12 years, this stock has emerged as entered into place bullish trend, and it has crossed previous all-time high level. But yes, as this has suggested, this is not a right time to buy. Let's wait for few correction. I'm not saying heavy correction, but at least up to 50 DMA, that would be the much better entry price in this particular stock. Maybe after considering this trend and everything, I can say fresh trend has already started in this particular stock. So maybe this stock has now turned into buy on dip strategy kind of stock. So maybe 50 DMA or 100 DMA would be the much better entry price in this particular stock. Otherwise, sentiment is quite positive in this particular stock.
Okay. So next one is Policy Bazaar. Will come to new age IPOs, which was last year's IPO has been disaster for many of the IPOs has been disaster. So one more is Policy Bazaar. So after the IPO, it has been overall correction has been happened, and right now it is making a base over here, and that is around 430 kind of level to 500 kind of level. It is making a base. So only once it breaks out above this 490, to be precisely 480 kind of level. So only once it breaks out above this level, one can look for the fresh downside entry over the first target around towards its 200 DMA, that is 540 kind of level. So 540 kind of level, and next level will be on the cards will be 640. So 100 points up on the upside can be witnessed. But it need a push from the government as well as on the company side, where the insurance has been lacking in the Indian people. So there is a scope for Policy Bazaar on the fundamental side. Better to wait for 480, 490 kind of level on the upside, and the stop loss would be somewhere around 460. Okay, and next one is Nykaa.
Yatisha.
Yeah.
So already 430, 535.
Okay.
So you give me few stock, I will try to answer in a rapid fire manner.
Okay.
Can cover maximum stocks now. So one is Nykaa.
Okay.
So Nykaa, this is new age business. Trend is quite negative after listing. As such, I would not suggest anybody to take entry in this particular stock. Another one is
Zomato.
Same comment like Nykaa. I would not suggest anybody to take entry in this stock.
Next one is Gland Pharma.
Gland trend is also negative from the last almost 2 years. Now it has reached a previous all-time low level. So avoid or not take any entry in this Gland.
Next one is GRSE.
GRSE belongs to this defensive stock, defense-based stock, and it really did well in last 6-7 months. But from the December onward, it is showing some volatility. Maybe it has entered into some correction or choppy trading session from the last 1 month. Wait and watch policy, I would suggest. Otherwise, this particular stock is a buy and dip strategy. But this is not a right time to take entry in this particular stock. Maybe budget, after budget, there would be some announcement from defense perspective. Maybe that would fresh trend will emerge, and that would be a much better time. So wait, I would suggest to have a very tight wait and watch policy in this particular stock.
Let us take defense also, or BDL and Bharat Forge quickly.
Yes, BDL. Same strategy I would like to suggest in BDL also, same kind of type chart structure in BDL. And another one is Bharat Forge.
Bharat Forge, yeah.
Bharat Forge, it is a combination of defense, auto and everything. So this breakout area is in this Bharat Forge is around, Bharat Forge, 1 second now. I have Bharat Forge. So it is already trending into uncharted trajectory. Trend is quite bullish in this particular stock. Maybe same strategy I would once again try to suggest in this particular stock, but comparatively stock is looking quite attractive. 880, 890, 900 is a critical level to watch. Suppose it will break out about 900, then fresh entry would be there in this particular stock.
Okay. Next one is Cummins India. I guess we have not covered it.
No, we have not covered. Trend is positive, trending in uncharted trajectory. Trend is quite bullish. It has already given a downward sloping trend line breakout in as on 5th of January around 1400, 1420 level. So if someone is able to manage the stop loss, because stop loss is now placed around 1370 kind of level from here, almost 700 rupees from here. So one can take entry in this particular stock. First target would be 2500, 1550, 1500, 25, 1530, and above that next target would be around 1600 kind of level. So trend is positive.
Okay, I think we have covered almost major stocks. We can see last one is SAIL or GSCRE.
Okay, so let's take SAIL, Steel Authority of India. SAIL, last month it was volatile, but this month it is showing some positivity. Indexes, this metal index is also showing some positivity. So maybe fresh trend is emerging in this particular stock. Let's see how it is going to react. If someone is interested to take entry in this particular stock, one can take positions about 90 rupees. 90 is the critical level to watch in this particular stock. 90 is an entry point. Stop loss would be around 84 rupees. So, and if it will cross 90 rupees, then maybe next target would be around 100 rupee. I can say 10% move cannot be denied. 98 to 99 rupee kind of level. And
next one is GICRE insurance.
GICRE. Positive trend. Trend is emerging in this particular stock also, but there is a huge supply area in this current recent high, which is placed around 209, 210. So maybe it will take some resistance, or it will take some pause around that level, 200, 210 range. Then once again, but meanwhile it is looking sideways. Otherwise, sideways with positive bias. So let's take last, so we can wrap up this session.
Next one is KNR Construction.
KNR, last or second last maximum.
Okay. KNR Construction.
KNR Construction, still it is trending in sideways only, but from the last 2 months it is hovering around the 200 DMA, about 200 DMA. So maybe there is a range, I can say 270. Suppose it will cross and all 270, then I can say fresh trend will emerge. And in such case, it would be ready to move toward 290 to 300 kind of level. Meanwhile, it is in sideways. Maybe it will turn bullish about 270.
Next one is the GSFC. Last one.
GSFC.
GSFC. Fertilizer.
GSFC looking sideways. Meanwhile, it is trending just below 200 DMA. It tried to reclaim 200 DMA in the month of December, but it failed. It crossed and failed once again. So maybe that is the critical level to watch. 100, 150, I can say. Unless and until it is trading below 150, it will remain traded like in this trajectory, sideways trajectory only. But once it will cross 150, fresh trend will emerge in this particular stock. Another one more observation is that there is a bullish long-term downward sloping trend line. So downward sloping trend line is also placed at current price. It is hovering around that level or 200 DMA. So that is also, once again, I would like to say this 145 to 150 is a critical level to watch. Above that level, maybe trend will change in this particular stock and it will turn bullish. Meanwhile, it is trading inside. Yeah. So I will try to cover maximum query. It's almost 5:40. So let's wrap up this session. Thank you all of you to joining this session. Thanks. Have a happy trading. Happy as a first. Another thing is the happy new year to all of you, your family, and happy trading calendar year 2023. Thank you.
Thank you.